Most people drive right past this Interstate Cloverleaf. It's a hidden patch of woods that's hard to access, but tonight our mission is simple. We plan to stealth camp here without getting noticed. Let's go! We got dropped off under a bridge with a simple mission: scout this terrain and stay overnight unnoticed. And honestly, the entry and exit are some of the most nerve-wracking moments, because once we get down inside this cloverleaf, we are in a secluded bowl and it's hard to access. But you can see from our drop-off point that we have some terrain to cover, some open spaces to cross, and some safe maneuvering to do in order to get into the cloverleaf itself.
Already some blackberries. Got down in this gap. Hopefully no one can see me, but there's blackberries all over this place. I could have just packed no food and survived off these. We're camoed out. We're down in this little tiny drainage ditch right here. We're approaching our spot, but there's still some ducking down in there to do. We can't stay here too long but it is kind of a covered spot. There are cars there, but we're not going to look up and make eye contact. We're just moving in, moving lower through all these vines. Okay, we're getting down in here. Okay, wow. First time in here. Guess some cars could maybe see us back there, so we gotta be careful. I don't want to sprain an ankle. Oh wow, this is beautiful. Oh. Man. Oh, we made it. Wow, we're down in here. Look at this area. Look at this. Water coming in from a couple of different sides. Wow. This is crazy. Ooh, big frog just jumped in. Man. Oh, we made it. Wow. We're down in here. There's water running through the middle. And right around here, you see people going around the cloverleaf. So theoretically, they could look down in here and see us. And then once a car gets about right there, the embankment blocks the view of us, at least while we're on this side. But that being said, I entered from over here near those bridges, right? You see the bridges right there? That's the side I entered from. I did not film the drop off. The wifey was a little upset, scratching her head, saying what the heck did she get herself into dropping me off there. But I made it in here. There's a tree down over there but I can also cross by going around this bank right here and up and over, because the water enters and exits these two tunnels. I may be able to just jump across somewhere right in here, but we'll see. But there's a lot of exploring to do. I think we're gonna go up this hillside, across that, and down into the other side and try to find where we can camp or we can set up. It is definitely rough terrain right here. Very steep in parts, very wet, and I've got on boots, but the thing that makes it tricky is the pack. That's like 80% briars. So we're gonna weave our way. Whoa! Who knows when the last time a person was in here. Look at how this thing just, this whole cover of vines just sinks when I step on it. Had to be very careful not to lay the pack down in poison ivy. Haven't seen any of that around, which is good. Ah. And as important as a raincoat is on a day like today, man, that raincoat had me sweating. All right. We're here in the middle of the spot. I might clean this area up. Down here on the water's edge, I'm gonna have a hard time finding two trees to hang the hammock between. I have a feeling I need to get back in there to get the best campsite. It will be nice to know where I'm gonna camp and set up the tarp just in case it rains some more tonight. And there is a lot of car noise perpetually in this area, but at the same time, it's wild. There's a lot of animal and nature noise too, so I think I'm gonna just get the clippers and go explore first before it gets too dark. Very useful tool. We'll take this with us. So I brought this lightweight camouflage poncho. It's got like, it's not waterproof, it's semi-transparent, but we put it over our head, covers our head, our arms, and then for the sake of the camera we lift it up over the chest like this. But now this is what I look like. I got to be careful because I'm just kind of examining the curve up there, and where can you look down in here from the driver's side? That's the question. And of course, another worry is I don't want my equipment back there if it starts to rain, so we can't just spend forever searching for a site. Okay, this is looking promising up here, except I'm getting briars grabbing onto me, and these vines are like waist deep through here. Dang, this is... And I'm not even getting the clippers out because I would have to cut like 1,000 times to get through here. Oh man. You just got to be very careful with our footing that we don't fall in a hole or sprain our ankle. Okay. This is looking a lot more, a lot of promising. Can't speak, out of breath, but at least I'm also out of those vines. All right. All right. Definitely over here under the pine trees is where we're going to camp, because there's plenty of good trees right here, and we can put up a nice tarp. It's still going to be a big challenge getting a fire going with all this wet fuel. I did bring some dry starter, some matches, some lint, a little bit of dry wood. It is such a trek getting through all these vines that kind of right here create a barrier between us and the creek. Like, you can't see the creek, but it's right there. But getting through these vines, those vines right there are like 8 feet tall. They're bushes covered in vines. So I'll walk through around that side. I'm gonna go back. One good sign here is I see some nice rocks over here. So maybe I don't need to go collect so many from the creek. I do hear some like rustling down in the bushes every now and then. And we'll keep our eye out for animals of all types, but in particular I want to be careful of snakes, and just remain cautious when the ground is this covered. It's a good thing to wear nice thick boots. It's a good thing to wear nice heavy canvas pants. You can see like 3 levels of the interstate: 1 bridge, 2 bridge, 3 bridges, and then ground level. So this is a major intersection right here that I'm near. All right, let's see about getting our tarp set up back in here. I mean, I do see a slight bit of visibility from the road up there, but everything I have today is camo. That's one good thing. Second good thing is it's raining and wet, so people are not like looking and expecting things back in here. Like, even if someone looks and sees me or something they think is a person, there's nowhere to pull over up there. Yeah, look, there goes some cars right now. It's hard to, you just see the tops of them, which is kind of nice. What we need are these, our tent stakes. All right, this rain might put a damper on our cooking plans, but it may let up, and I've got some dry fuel back there, and perhaps we can use it to get some wet fuel going. I've been sitting here on a rock, hoping to wait out the rain. And I thought, you know, I'll make a little fire under here, but it has been raining consistently. It's now about 9:30 p.m. But first thing is are we going to be able to make a fire? So that'll be the test. But in this plastic wrap, I have some firewood and some paper, and then I have a bag of lint in here as well. So maybe if we get that started, we can then dry out some sticks. Another thing I saw over here to my left is there are a few branches that were like broken and hanging in the trees. And even though they might be a bit wet, they've been off the ground, they're not soggy. Old shepherd beef jerky. Key survival food. All right, that beef jerky got me some energy. For real. Little peppered beef jerky. Guys, it's been a crazy adventure so far here on this rainy, busy, quiet, isolated Interstate Cloverleaf. All right, good night. Good morning. I just got up. One thing that's nice is my little fire is a nice foot pad to stand on. Up with our boots on, our pants on. Yes, definitely damp feeling. I wouldn't want to go hike 30 miles in wet pants like this. We're gonna get our gear packed up. So long to our campsite right here. But now it's time to cut back through this jungle. All right, and the rain is coming.
awesome adventure here. We're back over here near the exit point. Raw and untouched by human hands in many years, I can just tell. All right, let's climb out of here. What we have to do is we have to go up here above these two tall trees to the right because it's just such thick brush, and get up over that shoulder and then under that bridge right there. Through it, there's a little pull-off to the right. That's my rendezvous point with my ride. If you like these kind of adventures, I appreciate you sticking around and coming along with me on them. They're fun, and having you along with me is part of the magic.